Hi, my name is Babu Karsi. Welcoming you to another edition of The Viewpoint, coming to you on QTV. If you're joining us for the first time, The Viewpoint is a special platform where we invite people to talk about the latest happenings in and around the globe, most notably with Gambians. On this special edition, my special guest is Honorable Musa Yali Bacheli, who formed a newly political party called the Gambia Action Party. Good afternoon and welcome to The Viewpoint, Mr. Bacheli.
Thank you.
Let's start straight to the discussion. Mr. Bacheli, who is Musa Yali Bacheli, if I should ask?
Musa Yali Bacheli is my name. My father's name is Alhaji Hussein Yali Bacheli. My mother's name is Aminata Bayo. I was born in Latrikuna, German on the 23rd March 1972.
Your education background?
I have high standard education that any party leader can produce in the world. I'm educating both Islamically and the Western. But there's one important education that's more vital than the Western education, Islamic education, which is wisdom. Allah has bestowed me with wisdom. Talking about my education, right now to me is relevant. We have more plans that are waiting for us outside to implement through action.
Your achievements over the years?
Well, actually, let's now go back to history again. I'm from a philanthropist family. My father taught us we are diamond dealers around the globe, and we have helped a lot of people around the globe. And we're not looking for popularity. We're just asking for Allah's reward. We achieved a lot, which I don't need to stay here and talk about that. My main worry and my main concern is the betterment of Gambia, which the action will tell what we have achieved and what we will achieve and what we will do for the betterment of Gambia.
You want the betterment of the Gambia, and you think you can better Gambia by doing politics?
Wow, better Gambia is not just by politics. You can do through politics, you can do through philanthropies. But if you want to reach the rest of the country, it must go through an institution called politics, which we will do it. Now be myself, a concerned, responsible, and indivisible citizen who are ready to put Gambia at heart. We can do it.
You've been away for many years. You want to come back and rule this country. What makes you the right candidate to rule Gambia?
Well, I'm not power hungry. I'm more development hungry. I've been away for many years, but I'm in and out for many years too. In and out for 27 years, close to 29 years, in and out. So to actually be a candidate, it's not my worry. I'm not power hungry. I'm more action hungry. I'm not a flag bearer. I want to be Secretary General with a concerned city join hands together on the deck that what we can do for the nation with a proper agenda through statistics and management, we can push this country to the higher.
Why not join Barrow and then develop the country if that's your agenda?
Yeah, well, joining Barrow is a key necessary point. We can do it. But I have not seen ownership in them because we voted. We Gambians, we all join hands to vote Yaya Jammeh out. And Barrow stood there within 2 years. We haven't seen anything they did to our concern. There's many complaints in many sectors. So that's why I didn't join him. I will join under one condition. We will join in one condition, which is National Development Plan. National Development Plan doesn't belong to any government, neither to any individual. It belongs to Gambia. But the Gambian people will join hands together, sincerely, through unity and hard work. With that, we can do our development plans. But if you hold a development plan being actually your individual interest, it will never work. I'll work with him by observing him. We will work with him. We have to observe the government. Through these 2 years, the observation we did is not satisfactory.
It's not satisfactory. Did you write recommendations to push it forward so that the government can work on it?
Well, we'll need to sit with him. Then you cannot jump into conclusion. The first thing we'll do, we register our party. We mention what's the key points that's necessary to be. Criticism. There's two types of criticism. A positive criticism and negative criticism. The positive one, if you're a leader, you need to listen. Listening, there's two types of listening. Listening and act on it. People might listen, they don't act on it. So when I look at this, there must be some genuine concerned citizen in the government who advise him, who manage him. But I don't know whether he's listening to them or not. But through our observation, as a young baby party, We will talk to him. We will send a courtesy call to him. We will sit with him. We will put our agenda. We will put our agenda to him. Look at his agenda. If his agenda, because we are genuine that our agenda is positive. Our agenda is not individual interest or a corporate interest. Our agenda is a national interest. If we see his agenda through his government is the national interest, we join hands and work with him.
Mr. Bacheli, how did the name Gambia Action Party came about?
Well, Gambian Action Party, you can even see it. It reflects. Even me, I'm an action man. By looking at my face, you can see I'm an action man. You see, we have many plans to implement. And the best way to implement those plans must be through action, not lip services or sweet talks. Rather than with beefing, talking, arguing, if you want to do something, you need action. So that's why I use the name action. It's more vital, more encouraging, more hard. Because whatever you're doing on this earth, you must use action. So without action, you will never see any development. This party needs a development. That's why we use action.
Who are the people behind you?
The whole entire Gambia is behind me.
What do you mean?
What I mean, concerned, responsible citizens. Anyone who's courageous and you are concerned, you are responsible, and you are an indivisible citizen, you listen to us, you will join us. So, and I believe Gambians are tired. Wide eyes open, their eyes are wide open. All they need is somebody who can make the livelihood easy for them. And going back to history, I inherited from my father. We are philanthropists. We help to the best call. And now we cannot give everybody. But the best way to give everybody, we must involve in politics and have sects that we can build, institutions that we can build that will benefit the whole entire nation. And these people who I talked to previously, this is not my first time in politics. I was a former foreign secretary of JDC, and I did my best to that party, which is a Gambian party. It doesn't belong to anyone. But if the leadership that I work with, I've not seen anything that's sincere in there, I walk away. Even this party, if I, the Secretary General, I'm not a flag bearer. I'm a Secretary General and a party leader. If I don't do the right thing, I will definitely resign from the party and put somebody who's competent. You ask me again, who's behind me? Any concerned citizen, including yourself, you are behind us.
No. Please
when I say including yourself, I'm not saying that. When I say include, listen to me, okay. Including yourself. If Gambia is better, you will enjoy. You might not come on the front page, but the heart belongs to Allah. And let me tell you about 4 things on earth. Courageous, you must be courageous. Courage, you must have empathy. Sympathy. You must have heart to heart. If these 3 things combine, then I believe if you have that element in you, you are behind me, because I have that element with the executives. So whoever loves Gambia at heart, you are behind us.
You talked about, during your first engagement with the press that, you don't need a president that will come and then drain Gambians. Instead, you need a president that will be self-sufficient, to come and rule the Gambia, take the Gambia to where it should be. How wealthy are you?
Wealthy, no one is wealthy, man. In the eyes of Allah, we are all fuqara. We are all poor, miskin in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal. But Allah is the one who bestows His mercy, His bounties to each other. And like I tell you in the history, the last name Bacheli in Gambia, my father, my uncles, my siblings, my brothers, we are rich. And we're not bragging, this is Allah's gift. He can give it to anyone He wishes. But alhamdulillah, I don't need to go deep on my wealth though. Neither my family wealth.
Gambians should know before they give you their vote.
But Gambians know the history.
Not all.
Well, if they don't know, they know the family. We have properties here. And we even sold one of our property when Quantum Net was there. The beginning in 2002, my father sold a portion to the owner of this Q City, Mama Jah. He can be a reference. And he's a tycoon business, which I'm proud of him.
So in short, you're self-sufficient and you're okay, you don't want Gambians money.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I'm over self-sufficient. A businessman is a businessman. I'm content what I have. That doesn't mean that I can sometimes richness, wealthy is up and down. You understand?
What do you mean?
The richest people sometimes they owe. The capitalist rich, this United States, they owe. Donald Trump, I use an example to Donald Trump. He was a billionaire. At the end of the day, he filed bankruptcy. At the end of the day, he became rich again and became the most powerful president on earth. We are rich. I'm comfortable. But sometimes up and down to show that. But I'm still self-confident and self-content what I have.
Are you ready to rule Gambia?
I'm ready to contribute the best quarter that anybody can imagine that I can produce, and I will, with the help of the people who are concerned, responsible, and divisible.
You started your politics with GDC, as you rightly mentioned earlier. You know, at the point we all had, he's been dismissed. What have you done to GDC to deserve that?
Well, for me, dismissal is just a mere of propaganda tools. Like I told you, psychological warfare. They turned victim into...
You were the foreign secretary, you know?
I was the foreign secretary, a powerful foreign secretary.
How powerful? What do you mean?
Well, I did my best.
What did you do?
My network, I contribute physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially to GDC. I have evidences to prove that. And dismissal is a story. You know, when you have your opponents, sometimes they're trying to protect themselves. I have evidence that I resigned from the party, but I didn't tender my resignation letter to IEC. They first went and put the dismissal letter, but it's mere spare propaganda tools just to defame my character. They can't, they will never. Allah has bestowed me with the light. No one can destroy me, except if I change the route, which Allah don't like, then I'll be destroyed.
What really happened with that sweet relationship you had with GDC, Mama Kande? And it went to a moment that, you know, we're talking about dismissal letter, IEC force, who force. What
Mama
really
Kande,
happened?
Mama Kande is a brother to me. Mama Kande's father always come to my dad. They are good friends. Mama Kande's uncle, former politician Buba Balde, very close to my dad. My dad was a kingmaker. But you see, even relationship, you and your wife who bear kids for you, at the end of the day, if the ideology, a wife and husband doesn't attach together, that must be split if you want to have a peace. I'd rather maintain peace than working with somebody that I don't feel or I don't sense or I don't see sincerity, honesty, competency, transparency, accountability in it. Even if it's my father, who's one of the most philanthropists in the history of Gambia. If I sense that in him, I will respect him as my dad. I will love him as my dad. I'll walk with him as a dad. When it comes to certain issue, I'll abstain from him.
You talk about transparency. You've been with the party for a couple of times, and if you say it's not transparent, then you have a stake in it because you were the foreign secretary sending in money to Mama Kande, who was here during the campaign. What do you mean by transparency?
But if you give somebody benefit of doubt, in any institution, if you want to work with anybody, just give the benefit of doubt until otherwise. And the first time that I met Kande, when I asked him, June 15, 2015, we sat at Baobab. The hotel belongs to his brother, Abla Kande, a very good, close friend of mine. He's like a brother to me. When I sat with him, I said, Kande, tell me about your agendas. He explained everything to me. I said, I'm with you until otherwise. So that otherwise came. So I don't need to elaborate in that subject. Can you move on to the next subject, man?
So really, Kande is not transparent?
To me, I work with anybody who's sincere. If I stay with you, even my wife, if you are sincere, that do us apart.
Mama Kande is not sincere?
Well, to me, I didn't see any sincerity in it. I walk away.
So when they dismiss you, you got angry and went and formed your own political party?
I wanted to form my political party way before Kande. This was 2013.
What stopped you from forming?
Well, I was not qualified through the requirements of IEC. When Mustafa Karol was the how you call it, the IEC chairman. Back in the days, they said you must stay in Gambia for 5 years, but you have to go in and out. Longest stay would be 2-3 months. I stayed away for 3 years. So when I came, it was 6 months. When my wife died, I was angry. So in a sense that there was no cardiology machine in the Gambia at the time. Took my wife to the car, and a week later, she could not make it, she died. And being a philanthropist, which I inherited from my dad, I said the only way to involve in helping the rest of Gambia, we cannot give everyone, but we must build an institution that everybody can benefit out of it, which is what? Politics. There's two types of politics. You have the negative politics, you have the positive politics. Let me start with the negative politics. Negative politics are the ones that we use their country name or their political name to enrich themselves. But the positive one will give away whatever they got with the concerned citizen. And I believe we are like that.
Have you seen negative politics in this country here?
Well, if you look at the system, my brother, there is something right. Something definitely right. We took our independence in 1965. According to the narration, our GDP was comparing to 5 powerful countries: South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, some even say China. GDP was equal to them. Now, 53 years after independence, those are the superpower. Comparing to the land size of ours, we are the smallest. So why? And we have the best resources that no human being can, we now say we're the only one, but we have the best resource, which is the river. Why won't you use the river and develop this beautiful country? But like I told you, if you're not concerned, and if you're not responsible, if you're not indivisible, and you don't love the country at heart, bring 700 trillion American dollars on the table, we ain't going nowhere. But minus zero account, with hard work, unity, and sincerity, we put the sovereignty and the interests of Gambia at heart. With the small resources that we have, it will take time, but I'm not saying we would make Gambia 100%, but let's 75% to 80%, which everybody will be happy.
You talk about the River Gambia. We all know they said the Gambia's, exported crops or resources is groundnut, and you want to say no. You said River Gambia. What can you get for us from the River Gambia if you voted in office?
The River Gambia can bring a lot of benefit around, not only for Gambia, but around to the globe. River Gambia, we have 632 different type of fish. River Gambia, we can use irrigational canal. We have 3 months rainy season. The 9 months, we use the river and do multicultural crops, the rice field, the maize, the vegetables, anything you imagine, the river can do it. So why are we going to beg and import things that are chemical to us? You understand? The river is vital. This is the vital resource we have, but it has not ever been exploited by the former government, to my understanding. But the present government, they're abusing it through the Chinese contract they bring it. Gambians are competent. We have competent Gambians. We have intelligent Gambians. We have hardworking Gambians. Why won't you empower the entrepreneurs? Like the businessman, the owner of QCT, Mr. Ja, he can use his resources by tapping the River Gambia and exploit it to the maximum.
No, but maybe that's not his area of interest.
Well, that's not the interest. The river belongs to us.
Yeah, it's ours.
The blank river to us. Even if it's not interested in that, but he can exploit it too. He's a businessman. I'm saying we should empower our entrepreneurs, being the young or the old. Give them resources. They can tap this river. And wallahi, people are here who got the skills and the power to do it, but the resources not there. So when we empower, we will create the resources for them and empower our indigenous businessmen and women to make sure the river is tapped, and we use the river alone to generate incomes that will benefit from Khartoum to Wulibana.
So you think it's it's a source that we can exploit, and then we will definitely don't need to export many things that are coming in or import many things that are coming into the country.
My brother, it's not I think, it's certainly certain. With determination, we don't need to import. We will grow what we eat and eat what we grow through the river. It has everything. And the one thing about the river, it has a sutura. So if we want us to have sutura on Gambia, let's use our river.
You talk about the Chinese factory, a lot of the people within the coastal Gambia don't like the exploitations. You join them to say no to them.
You see, I believe in one concept is called corporate social responsibility. To governments, they must make sure the sovereignty of each state must be respected. But like I told you, when you don't put Gambia at heart, you put individual interests at heart. My brother, you bring even pigs to exploit your own property so that they can give you whatever you want.
Let's take a pause for a moment. Gambia Action Party. I understand the idea came from Adama Barrow, who's trying to push you guys to form a party so that a coalition can come when he forms a party. How true is this?
Adama Barrow, before he became a president, due respect to him, I don't know what he has that I never have. So who is Adama Barrow? Due respect to him. Right now he's a president. I have the highest maximum respect through Allah and Prophet Muhammad teachings. You must respect your leader. But Adama Barrow cannot, he will never sponsor this party. He doesn't have the means to sponsor this party. You know why? Okay.
No.
He's the president. The funds they have it doesn't belong to him. It belongs to the state. I have my own funds. Through my business, through family business, through good friends. So why he gonna fund me using the state money? He cannot fund me. You see, like I told you again yesterday, the press conference, day before yesterday, psychological warfare, which is the media. They create stories trying to distinguish or extinguish this light.
I'm sorry to cut you, but when you first registered with the IEC, you came out to face the press and said, let's help the president develop his national development plan. No political party leader have never said that. You just came from the IEC, first registered, you didn't tell us your plans, you just come and said, let's help the president develop his national development plan. So people might thought, wow, is the president behind this? And that's why they have every right to say so.
They have every right to talk. Even the air that we breathe in have the right to breathe. But they don't understand the lingo that I said, the wisdom. Like I told you, I'm educated both Islamically and the Western. But the best education is wisdom. If they listen to me proper, I say we will work with any political party in Gambia, including the incumbent. You understand? If they put Gambia at heart, the president has national development plan. Working with him doesn't mean I will support. We will look at his plan. Some of the plans, if it's in the interest of the nation, we help him. If it's not the interest of the nation, we rebel against it. Simple. But you know, people criticism, they will use words against you. So if they think that's the way they think, President Adama Barrow doesn't support this party. He has no money to support this party. I don't care how rich he is, he cannot support this party. This party is a self-financial party. I don't know tomorrow. Some people might give us donors. I don't care how rich you are, how powerful you are. In politics, you need help. You understand? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the greatest man on earth, when he was given the dawah for Islam, Khadija, his wife, is worth it, all scholars said, over $400 billion. She invested in him. That's politics. You understand? So people are saying that Barrow formed this party. They're just fooling themselves, man. I don't know him. I don't want to know him. The only thing I want to know him when it's about the agenda of the nation. I will meet him. If he give me a call, or I will send a courtesy call to him. That's, sir, if people are affected through your administration, you're not being affected because you're enjoying the AC and the food, we will suffer. We don't want nobody, no Gambian to suffer. That's why our motto is mass development through mass action. If we eat chicken in our house, I wish all the masses in the Gambia eat the chicken. So Barrow, to repeat myself, Barrow cannot afford to take care of me, neither my executive or the party.
If he invites you to work with him, will you?
If he invites me to work with him.
Because you already said after 2 years nothing is done.
Yeah,
you're not happy.
If he invites me to work with him, we'll give him a political management. Sir, that's it. What you're doing is not right. You have to do this way, do this way. We give it and we go to the media and tell them this is the management ways we have shown him. If he does that way, people will be happy with him. Like I told you, you can listen, but you don't act. The best listener is the one who listens and acts in a positive way. But when you are not for the heart, Gambia is not at your heart, my brother.
Can we see the Gambia Action Party joining other political parties to form a coalition? Because right now, they're telling you that for the next years coming, 5, 6, 10 years, you call it, it's only a coalition that can rule this country, but not a single majority.
To me, I don't believe in that. There could be one single party can win.
But not a baby like Gambia Action Party.
A baby, you see, if you really look at a baby down, that baby can be tomorrow your master. Like the Wolof said, will help Ken. You understand? We are confident through action. With the help of Allah, what the resources, the Gap Action Party, the resources they have, we will use it intensively for the nation. And then it's up to the nation now, the people of the nation, to see who they will choose for their leader. Because Gambians, their eyes are wide open. It's giving. You do them, they do you in a positive way. And I believe through action, no lip services, we will do. And I will tell you something. All the political leaders in Gambia here do respect. Each political leader, even they have $1 trillion each. Each party is $1 trillion. Each party. Their leader with $1 trillion, genuinely. I have the heart to spend the $1 trillion to minus zero, more than all of them. I will say that boldly.
Very confident?
Confidently. There is nobody in Gambia. I'm not saying I'm luckier than them, richer than them, more educated than them, but to give for sake of Allah to the fullest, I'm not scared of no one in Gambia. Because me, I can even, basically, even if I don't have at the moment, I will take a loan to give it to you.
You ready to do
Some of the
Gambia?
loans that I even have now as we're talking is because of people. I'm telling you the truth. That's the heart I got. People are my people, especially Gambians. I'm the sacrifice, the servant, this for this country and our people. That's why I say, inshallah, with the little resources we have, Gambia Action Party, with the resources we have, with help of Allah, there will be no second round. If we know how we do it through statistics and proper management, we hit the heart of the Gambians, they will vote us in. And when vote is, wallahi, Gambia will be happy the rest of their life. We cannot say we're going to make Gambia 100%, but I promise, we promise, inshallah, we can make Gambia 85% through hard work, unity, and sincerity. If Rwanda can do it, if Thomas Sankara can revive the economy of Burkina Faso, Gambia, 11,200 square meters from Khartoum to Lebanon, come on now. The best resources that a human being can achieve to have, we have it, which is the river. Exploiting the river, sir, we develop this country.
Before you came, it was 9 political parties. Now we're talking about 10 political parties. And most of these political parties have been here for 22 years. They can't unseat Jammeh. They've almost got the same ideology, apart from the PDOI, so we know it's a socialist party. What difference would you bring into Gambia's political field of play?
It's very simple, brother. In anywhere on earth, if you want to be known, if you want to leave legacy, all you have to do a proper action through effective impact. That's the difference we have. If GAP was in power for 22 years, it's a different game. Jammeh wouldn't be 22 years here. I'm telling you the truth.
Politicians will say that.
Well, these are politicians. I'm not a politician, man.
Of course you are a politician.
No, I'm a servant who's ready to serve. I've been serving people, man.
Sir, that's the term they all use.
You see, genuinely, you can use a word. This is a mere word.
Exactly.
A mere word, I'm a politician, but I'm a servant. Do you know how many people call themselves Christian and Muslims? But when it comes to times to pray, they don't pray. They don't go to churches. They don't go to mosques.
That's something else.
So we're talking about if you really want to serve. And I won't ball enough. I won't spend my resources if I know it's going to be the individual interest. I'll go to do my things. I've been survived. I'll go anywhere on earth. I've lived the life, seriously. People who knows me, they can bring references, man. To the highest level, brother. But what I'm saying is this. We come in here for the betterment of Gambia. Like I told, we are the servant of Gambia. We are the sacrifice of Gambia. We will do it takes any positive way to make sure this country, the way we want it, it will come. Wallahi, it will come.
How will you compare Gambia 5 years ago and Gambia now?
Gambia
5 years ago and Gambia now.
To me, 5 years ago is better than now. I'm dead serious.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
How?
How? I'm telling you. Let me tell you something, reporter. There is a concept of, like I told you, if you're not sincere, you ain't going nowhere. There's no sincerity. We haven't seen any sincerity this past 2 years. The last 5 years, things were rough. It was one-man show, but business was floating. But look at this. Somebody to give you $100 is a problem. Huh? Look at this.
But you think Adama Barrow can change that within 2 years?
If
Inheriting a 22-year...
If Adama Barrow is concerned, I'm not saying it's not if, that's why I use the if. If he's a concerned citizen, my brother, 2 years, I'm not saying I will make Gambia 100%, but 30% right now. And next, another 2 years again, it will be 60%.
How will you do it different?
Look at Rwanda. We industrialize the country. Tap our natural resources. like us through statistic and management. The crisis we have in Gambia is political management, and we don't use statistic. Look at QTV. What makes you the owner of this is succeeding? He is statistically managing his entity. I'm not saying I'm going to get some losses, but he's doing proper management. That's why everybody's talking about Q City, QTV, Q this, Q that, through proper statistic and management. Gambians, the government, in fact, are lacking proper management. We are power hungry.
Oh.
Yes, we are. The people of Gambia, the administration, they are power hungry, man. If they love Gambia at heart, we won't be like this. Let's be frankly telling each other the truth. I don't sugarcoat. One thing about me, I fear nobody except Allah. Gambia belongs to the whole entire Gambia. So it is Gambia who can make Gambia. No heaven, no angel will come from heaven to come and build Gambia for us.
What would you have done differently? I mean, in within the 2 years, what would you prioritize?
The first thing I'll prioritize is use our resources, use our natural resources that we have, and the 7 institutions that generated income for us. Then we call the battalion of technocrats who love Gambia at heart. You bring the vision, and they demarcate the vision, use our resources, we implement it through action, not only action, effective impact. It will change.
Which are the 7 institutions?
What? We have the GRA, the port, the 2 municipalities, the airport, the Gamtel. You understand what I'm saying? And the social security. They generate income, my brother, man. They generate proper income.
That can sustain the country?
They can sustain the country. Rwanda has no seaport. Rwanda industrialized the country. That is called the corporate social responsibility. We cannot do it by ourselves, but we have people we work with. We open doors for the international investors and the indigenous entrepreneurs. Open doors for them, tax-free. Let them bring the companies here, and we do it through management statistic. Employment rate will go. We become more innovative, more creative. We can do it. How are we going to do it? It's through hard work, unity, and sincerity. You have to sacrifice to get the best. But if you want to eat the benediction right now, and you go buy all the ingredients of the benediction, you still want to eat the benediction now, you're going to kill yourself. You cannot eat the raw meat, the raw fish, the raw rice. You have to prepare all of them. It takes hours. When it takes hours, then you give it to the people, they eat. Now, if we want us Gambia to be better tomorrow, we have to sacrifice whatever we have. The reason I'm acting like this, I'm feeling the pain.
And you want to do it through action?
Through action, man. Anything that Allah himself is through action. There's one ayah in the Quran that Allah is kullu yawmin huwa fi sha'nin. But second, Allah is doing his things. So we're the creator. And he said, I created mankind. Whether you are Muslim, non-Muslim, you are white, you are black, you are Chinese, you are Arabian, you call it that you. I don't create you alone just to worship me. Worshiping means we pray to him, we believe in him, we do action, we walk, we cultivate. The best farmer was Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So my brother, if you want to be a corporate, you don't want to walk, you don't want to do, you're going to be a thief. We have corporate thieves.
In the Gambia?
My brother, all over the world.
Now let's talk about the Gambia.
I'm talking about all over the world. In the Gambia here. Gambia, look at this. My brother, I'm telling you one thing I do believe. If we are concerned, I'm not saying we can make Gambia within 2 years as heaven, but at least 2 years. Look at how you call it. When these 2 years, how many millions of dollars came from the government? Per diem, when they were doing their traveling, when the president himself was chartered private planes, the money is within that period of 6 months, 1 year. If you join that, some say $10 million, which I will find. Some say $5 million. Whatever, if the lowest is $5 million, for example, if you use $5 million, 1.2, $1.5 million can create a job here, an employment of 1,000 people. $2 million, if we invest that in our hospital, my brother, $100 million is, which equipment we can have it. And there will be proper philanthropists. They will join their hands with the $2 million we have. They will bring more equipment to develop and refurnish our hospitals.
You've talked about hospital in your tete-a-tete with the press, you know, that you're sorry for the hospital. You talked about education. Let's start with the hospital issue.
It's the hospital, my brother, health is the most important key. Some people are lying down in hospital around the globe. They can even buy Gambia if Gambia is for sale. They have them. What I mean, they have the monies. billions of American dollars, billions of euros, billions of pounds. If you can tell them, please, I can make sure you can have your health right now, but the only way to have your health, you have to sacrifice all your wealth. I mean, if you are late for a second, they will stab you. So how, when they got sick, look at the superpowers. When I say superpower, they are servant, in fact. Yeah. Any public servant is a servant. It's just the title. President is a servant. We are the boss.
Oh yes, we voted him in office.
We voted him in.
Yeah,
look, right now, if something happened to him, God forbid, or any minister's post, if something happened to them, they fly international under the taxpayers' money. Do you call that a concern? Why let them stay here in the hospital under the ticket of gap? If we don't work and change to transfer our hospital under the ticket, me as a Secretary General, whoever going to be the flag bearer, I'm involved, I'll tell them you ain't go nowhere. You don't do your job because you're the president, you will make sure you clear yourself in this hospital.
So the hospital is a priority for GAP?
The hospitals, we have many priorities, man. Many. Hospitals, education, roadway connection, the agriculture, the human rights, the equality, the equitable, you name it.
You talked about the education sector, teachers.
I have the highest regard for the teachers, man.
That's because you want to use this advantage, knowing the teachers we are striking. You say, okay, let me go for that. You know, politicians, you guys are very wise, you know.
You see, one thing about me, I don't actually use advantage or use a Mickey Mouse game. I'm using the manhaj of my prophet. He's my role model. Which he said, the best among you, one who has a little single knowledge, and you taught a person, you are the best. Teachers are the best, both Islamically and the Western. So if prophet said you are the best, you have the knowledge, you are coming to teach others to have the knowledge so that you can take care of yourself and you are the best, why won't I respect that person? It's not about politics, man. It's about reality. I'm not here for publicity. God is not here for publicity. We are here for humanity. God is not here for love of money or fame or wele. God is here for justice. If it's about money, my brother, what I spend, I can flip it in my business. Why? Right now, people called me when I was coming here. Said, Bachili, I need some money. I'm suffering. I called my wife. What's my last budget there? He said, you have this amount. I said, when he comes, give it to him. If somebody come, I will take a loan from a family member, from good friends of mine, and I give it to people. And I will take the blame. You know why? I don't want to see my people cry. Not only Gambia, the whole entire world. I have references. That's why I don't want to talk about what I did. I have references. People can say his heart is to give. If I was thinking about myself alone, wallahi, I would never have a debt in my life. I would never have no problem. I would sit there and enjoy my life till I die. But when it comes to the people, the humanity, when my role model sacrificed his whole entire life for humanity, which is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will do the same thing. And I will do that with the concerned citizen, the responsible citizen, the invisible citizen, join hands together, put our hands to the deck, and put this country quick. If Rwanda, look at 1 million people died in 1994, my brother.
The genocide.
The genocide. I was in Rwanda last year, in around July, end of July, when I landed there. They started 2003. Rwanda is bigger than Gambia. In 15 years, they become the fastest growing, not one of, the fastest growing economy in Africa. The cleanest country in Africa. The third cleanest city, Kigali, in the whole entire world. And the president of Kigali, Paul Kagame, he's my political mentor. He's not a PhD holder, but he's a visionary and a revelation. He revolved. He said, look, let's put all our differences aside, man. Let's put all our differences aside. Whether tribe, whether business differences, whether animosity, whether hatred, let's put everything aside. Clean the heart. Purify the heart. Love ourselves. Be content with ourselves. Accommodate ourselves. Join hands together. They join hands together, man. They revolve, man. My brother, they are the top, best economy in Africa. Through what? Proper management and statistics. Hard work, unity, and sincerity. I was there with my naked eyes. It's not like I heard, I see. I saw it. And we can do better than Rwanda, man. Paul Kagame, due respect, I love him because he's a visionary. I love all visionaries who love Gambia and Africa at heart. I can do better than him.
You can do better than Paul
Wallahi,
Kagame.
I can do better than him. Like I told you, I'm not educated than him. I'm not blessed than him. I'm not rich, but I have heard. And then when you're ready to bring that kind of improvement in your country, be ready to be the sacrifice. I'm ready to die at any cost, positively to make sure Gambia is the rising sun.
If you were elected as president of the country, you'll be inheriting a country with full of debt, owing billions of dollars to foreign banks and institutions. You think you can? How are you going to maneuver this?
Like I told you, statistics, the resources we have, let them tell us how much we owe. We don't need the help.
Billions of
Even
dollars.
if it's $1 trillion. If you have a determination, there is nothing debts that you cannot pay. We ask Allah to help us. The resources we have, we pay slowly but surely. Make sure we pay slowly but surely. The resources that they have, the River Gambia alone, wallahi, can pay our debt. Do you know a tuna fish? The big one is 180 kilograms. Imagine. 342 kilograms of fish. That will take you 2 tunas, 2 big fish. 2000 Google it. It costs $17,800,000. Do you know how many tuna fish we have in Gambia? Imagine of that. If we tap, seriously, Google it. Big scale of tuna fish is 180 kilos. 342 kilos, 2011. Cost, if we change it into Gambian dollars, is $17,800,000. Allah bestowed with many tuna fish in Gambia. Many fish.
The European Union will be coming here with their ships to
the
be
European
fishing.
Union, to me, this is I don't want to get into that big institution. You say Africa is poor. You say Gambia is poor. What are you doing in my territory? What are you doing in my territory when you say I'm poor? Bachili family is poor. Bachili family got nothing to do. For example, I'm using an example. But every day you come and knock my door. Bachili, I like that shoe that you have in your house. Well, I will give you $50. Why are you coming to my house when you know I ain't got no shoe? Let's not play a game with our people. Askan bi mo manyor. Hey, askan bi mo Gambia. If you want to have mercy from Allah, Allah is the one who gave you to be the leader of the country. Don't abuse it, man. Because if you abuse it, Allah will abuse you. If you have mercy to your askan, wallahi, what nas loho siyala bunga muma binda the whole entire creation. You have mercy to the askan. Allah will open doors. Allah says in Surah 1 of the Quran, if you fear me and you fear me, I will open doors that you cannot even imagine. We need a leader that's selfless, a leader, whether you are rich or not, a leader who's content what he or she has, a leader who is ready to sacrifice for the sake of Allah, a leader who's competent to deliver, a leader who has no lip service, a leader who doesn't want publicity and money, a leader who's ready to bring his or her own country the way they want. If you don't do that, corporate thieves, they call themselves politicians. Whoever use Gambian name to enrich yourself, you are destroying yourself and your family, because that money, that resources belongs to Gambia. When I say Gambia, we have the invisible Gambians and visible Gambians. You know that? The invisible Gambians are the human beings and the trees and the animals that we visible see. But the invisibles, can you see everything that's in the sea? No. There's jinns, they're Christian. We cannot see them. They are Gambians. You have American jinn. You have American human being. You have American trees. We have Gambian human being, Gambian jinn, Gambian trees. Some people, Allah says, some of them creatures, I gave them with my name. They call Allah's name every day. They pray to Allah. If the land is not secured, if the land has a problem, if they come through your administration, you are liable to it. Accountability will face to borrow whoever he is. So let's be sincere to ourselves. We don't have sincerity. My brother, my name, our name, I'm not saying perfect. But objective wives for the betterment of the nation. I'm not scared no one in Gambia here.
Gambia Action Party.
Yes, sir.
No political party will survive without the youths. What plans do you got for your youths?
Oh man, that's the backbone of any society. the cream of any society are the youth. We have a pilot plans. We have a lot of projects. We create jobs for them when the right time comes.
Barrow was saying this during the campaign. It makes me sick when I hear you create jobs and when they come back, a bunch of them will be deported very soon back to Gambia from the Germans, the Italy's. What plans exactly are you talking about here? What pilot projects?
Like I told you, let's use our own resources. I'm repeating myself again. Are you not competent, or are you not comfortable of the resources we have?
I know we have a lot of resources here.
Why won't you tap our own resources? Stop begging the begging ball syndrome. Forget Nyan Kat. I'm not confident in himself or his greed.
Really?
For sure. There's no really. I speak from the heart. I'm fearless. I don't sugarcoat. Whatever I mean it. I'm telling you the truth. That's why sometimes I don't want the interview. They might think that you want publicity. Seriously, I just want to do my action. I'm ready to fly out, talk to my financial supporters, some of my family members, some of my good friends. Let's join hands to make sure this country go. If they can borrow me Gambia, if they can borrow me, if Barrow can step out and borrow me Gambia for like 90 days.
3 months.
Wallahi, 90 days. I will do a proper, effective impact. The whole entire dunya will talk about it.
Come on, Mr. Bachi, the 3 months is too small. You know, it's very limited to change a country talking about almost 2 million people.
I'm not saying
90 days.
90 days, I'll put proper institution management, proper management. It start working.
90 days.
90 days. My brother.
So Barrow is watching right now.
If whoever is watching right now, my brother, whoever is watching right now, if he can borrow me Gambian land, I'll bring a battalion of proper technocrats. We screen you from Argentina to Zimbabwe. We'll bring the visions we have. Tap our resources, my brother. You understand what I'm saying? Tap our resources properly. Bring techno-democrated, build the institution, background, they cannot definitely break it. It start moving slowly but surely. You give it 5 years, move Gambia. Hey, if you want to walk, danga dok fen binga sani ko fale leka binga tie nga ligay.
With the $1 million problems that we have in the Gambia, you single-handedly, you single out gay and lesbianism. You think that's a problem to Gambia?
You see, you might. What? I'm gonna. There's certain sin. You might help. I don't know how they call help in English. No matter how rich, how educated am I, but if you belittle, Allah just bestowed me. If you belittle a little sin, that little sin can destroy not only Gambia, the whole entire earth.
So you think that's our problem right now?
I'm talking about whether it's our problem. I'm just giving an advice to them. Because you know what? I've seen the new constitution, I don't know, the new TRC, they are going to people that, we have legalized gay here. Ibrahima can go to, what's your last name, my brother?
See.
Ibrahima can go to see Kunda and ask for another Musa.
But that's not in our constitution. That's not in our constitution.
But they have you seen it, how you call it, on a viewpoint? I heard it.
Really?
Yeah, I heard it.
Ooh.
They are going there talking to, I said, look, we have problems. So to allow them, whoever want to impose or any foreign institution, that if we want to help Gambia, you're going to help Gambia through condition, we don't need you.
But that's all what these Western institutions do. I give you this in return, I want this, or this how you're going to do it when I give it to you.
Like I told you, if you are sure of yourself, you accommodate yourself, you content what you have yourself, you will never beg. You cannot condition me by giving $1, but you have to pray 5 o'clock at 2 o'clock prayer, you have to pray at 3 o'clock so that I can give $1 million. I'll tell you I don't need your $1 million, man. Ngadegu. We all believe in Allah, but we don't trust in Him. Being Christian, Muslim. I love Christianity. I respect them. I love Muslim. I love Islam. I love all religion. There's no compulsion. But my main concern, when Prophet Muhammad was sent to Allah, sent him, he said, Oma arsalnak illa rahmatan lil alameen. Indeed, I have sent you as a mercy. It is as a Muslim day, as a Christian, lil alameen. The whole universe involved as a mercy. da nga war a yërëm sa askan yi nga wax leen dëgga. Compared to the EU, Switzerland is the EU, but when they say they want to use the Eurozone, they said, nah, they don't want to use Eurozone. They want to stay with the Swiss franc.
Swiss franc, yeah.
Then they go. Cooperatives.
We are coming to the tail end of this interview, but before I take a leave of you, Mr. Bacheli, if you had the opportunity right now to advise Barrow, what would you advise him on?
You see, when I talk now, they think I'm trying to help him. You see, I'm not helping him. I'm helping my nation. People don't understand. There's 3 types of education. You go to the education of school, they teach you, both Islamically, educated there. 2, sorry. The 3rd one is the wisdom Allah give it to you. Allah says, if I bestow wisdom, I have given the best khaira. I'm talking true wisdom. I want Gambians in Gambia here and outside Gambia to listen to me attentively. If Barrow fail, wallahi, we fail. Whoever come after Barrow, you will give him a headache. He will start from the scratch. He must be determined and make sure all the gaps is on field, they fill it. But right now, if Barrow can listen, I won't advise him. We are managing him.
How will you manage him?
By telling him what's the right thing to do.
What is the right thing to do?
Okay. Let's screen the whole technocrats we have in Gambia.
Screen them?
Screen them. Listen to me proper. All the sharks around him, are they with him or not?
Sharks?
Sharks.
Whoa.
When I say sharks,
yeah,
I'm using sharks.
Oh.
I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. Shark is more defensive.
Oh.
That's what I mean. You gotta be defensive. All the defensive around him, if they love Gambia at this time, 2 years, I'm not saying they're gonna make Gambia a paradise, but alhamdulillah, we move on. A period of Jammeh, I'm not comparing Jammeh with him. When Jammeh come here for 2 years, everybody was happy. Let's be frank to each other, man.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody was happy. Jammeh did 10 years, everybody was happy. We can bring references. After his first 10 years, the second 10 years problems that. So you 2 years alone, you're having a problem. Then, Mr. President Barrow, I want you to look your administration proper. Who are the genuine, who love the Gambia the right, change them. Bring the proper technocrats who love Gambia, and you work with all the political parties. All political parties, let's put our differences aside as a shadow government, bring our visions, call the technocrats, tell this is the right thing in agriculture, this is the right thing in education, this is the right thing in all sectors. We implement it, structurize it, use our resources, these European resources, the American resources, Asian resources, African resources, some African countries, we don't need it. Let's tap our own resources. And then we do it slowly but surely. When you are determined, wallahi, my brother, you are determined to be a journalist, man. Since you are a kid, right or wrong, you struggle. Papa pay his, mother pay this. Sometimes you have even to have $5 in your pocket is a problem. Back in the days, I'm lying, but you're still determined. Allah helps you all now. You're talking to the whole, everybody looking at you, the whole entire world, man. The viewpoint. Determination. And you cannot determine anything, but you must involve courage, sincerity, and unity. And the best success, you must be patient.
You want him to stay for 3 years and step down, or?
Well, Barrow, if Mr. President, the Constitution says 5 years. The Constitution supersede.
But
the gentleman agreement, well, I'm not interested in gentleman agreement.
You were not there when the Gambia was suffering, You were not there when the struggle was there. So, when the coalition, the parties came together to sign that, why will you say agreed? They might feel insulted.
But what I'm saying, I was there.
Without a party, as a private citizen?
I was there. My former party.
Oh. GDC?
I was there.
But, okay.
I was there. Before coalition come, we formed our political party. We came out. You know what tarnished the image of my GDC, my former party? No. When they said Jammeh is sponsoring Kande. Kande didn't rebel against that. Like when people said Barrow is the one supporting me. If Kande come out vividly and rebel against that with evidence, I'm not saying he's going to win. Our party will win, my former party will, but we'll do a lot of impact. But he didn't rebel.
Instead, he kept quiet.
He kept quiet. I don't know his reason known to him.
Maybe it was true.
It could be, it could not. If I have evidence, I would have told you it's true. With that, I don't. You see, the problem is, May Allah, Barrow, I'm advising as my president. He's my president. He's our president. If every institution blocked, he won't feel it because he's there using the state money, enjoyed it. The ordinary masses would cry. A bag of rice they told us that a bag of rice was $700. We can use Sapo, exploit Sapo, call the engineers. They will teach the Gambians until we know what it is. We will feed ourselves. Not only Gambia, we export international consumption. All this I said through hard work, unity and sincere, Mr. C.
A message to the Gambians.
Ben message my beloved country and the citizen of my country that let's put tribalism aside completely. Buguma kenyo gap ne man sosela da mabuga duga gap. I can control the Mandinkas. It's out of the game. Wala sara hule nyo mune man na maduga sipati bi I can control Saudi now. Bena tribe munutala win. Gambia monyu nyor. We are anti-tribalist. Bugun any tribal mangdinyan Gambian see. Let's put that difference aside. Let's love each other. We marry each other. We love each other. We have harmony. We do business each other. New yeremante. New buy defante bi. New buy yahante bi. Psychological warfare mo media. Bulendem si Facebook. Kunga hamne hamlo darasiki. Nga wahlu nga hamne noku fofu. Yam ko set law. Ni ki dafa buga jigen. Ki sacakat la. Ki tapalekat la. Ki dulkat la. Bay lolu. Yo hamgan amga problem. Gambian si ñu halat sum problem. We are hungry. Let's halat naka la ñoo feed sum belly bi pour def another betterment for the future generation coming. Le moy mo suma advice ñu neni len ñu bay sun defante ñu bring some vision si ñu join ko hands together and the Gambians who live in the Gambia and the Gambia outside ñu dimbalante ñu defar sun deka bi su baye ñu ñoko njërungo deka bi su yahe ñu ñoy sona be par sun sovereignty bi dama buga wax ne the whole entire dunia the sovereignty of Gambia and the interests of Gambia will never be compromised. We admire our own administration. I'm telling all world that sovereignty be, action interest be, will never be compromised. And any president buneka if ngabuga jai sovereignty and interest, we will call revolution. Not in a violent way, but in a positive way. Next election, demal nga toga iblisi red CB danga dem.
Thank you very much. Musa Yali Bachili was my special guest on The Viewpoint. I hope you've definitely enjoyed the show. This is QTV, of course, and The Viewpoint it is. My name is Babu Karsi. Till I come your way next time, the same time, of course, on the same station QTV. Bye for now.